Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some interesting Team Liquid news to talk about. And I say interesting, but I really mean potentially concerning, or maybe just kind of nothing, since it is still preseason and these teams haven't really had a time to practice and stuff yet. But today we're going to be going over some leaked scrim results from Team Liquid's time over in Asia leading into the season, obviously boot camping, practicing, getting ready for the year, and all of that. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy, and now is an awesome time. I want to go as far to say the perfect time to get started on Prize Picks, because right now they are offering the 12 days of Pixmas, where they are unwrapping a new promo every single day. And the promo for today, December 18th, is this missile throw magic. They are offering discounted projections on quarterbacks, obviously in the National Football League, but you can pair up NFL picks with other esports picks or with any kind of things. You can mix and match sports and games and teams and athletes and all these different things. But hey, this is just a way to have some even better odds and just kind of increase your chances of winning. So if you guys want to check out Prize Picks and make some picks of your own, definitely check out the first link in the description below. If you get signed up using that link, Prize Picks is actually going to match your first deposit up to $100 for new users. So thank you so much to them. With that being said, let's get right into this. We have this Reddit post. This was from a couple of weeks ago, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. At this point, I've had it on my list of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and we're finally getting to it. Today is the day. 2 leaked scrims between Team Liquid and EDG's youth team. This is their LDL team. Now, apparently, from what everyone's saying on Reddit, that the EDG LDL team is really good. Maybe the best LDL team, maybe even to the level of being an LPL team, or maybe even like a middle of the pack LPL team. So this is a youth team. These are young players. This is an academy team. But apparently they have some very, very cracked players, maybe, along the lines of being like a T1 Academy team. Like, yeah, it is an Academy team, but still, we know T1 Academy has some very, very good players, as we have seen as of recently, with these players getting some shots, in the LCK, but also like Berserker coming over to the LCS, all that stuff. So just because they're a youth team, just because they're an Academy team, doesn't mean they're necessarily trash. But at the same time, if you are Team Liquid, it's not like you want to be losing to Academy teams while you're scrimming and stuff either. But also at the end of the day, there's the other camp that's like, hey, scrim results, do they really matter? Do they really not? Probably not. But again, that doesn't mean I necessarily want to be losing, let alone getting stomped in some of these games. So in game 1, we have Team Liquid, which, this is Summit, Piosik, Harry, Jan, and Core JJ. And we have them on Camille, Lee Sin, Oriana, Varus, and Renata Glask against EDG, Academy, Youth Team, whatever, Aatrox, Hekra, Macaulay, Caitlyn, and Morgana. And there is a screenshot posted for this game, but it kind of got deleted. I don't know. I can't really find it anymore at this time. We will have some other screenshots to go over. But in game 1 of the 2 leaked scrim games, no one managed to record this first match, but those who watched it said TL lost, and especially through the bot lane. And again, this is Jan, who's going to be a rookie as their AD carry, kind of not getting his very first LCS experience because he did play a couple games last season, but mostly getting his first LCS experience. And he is a hyped up prospect. He is, one of the better Academy AD carries, but when we did see him in some LCS games this past season, he wasn't super impressive. Everyone says he has a ton of talent. Everyone says he's a grinder. He's like a really good, strong solo queue mechanical player. But again, from what I've seen of him in competitive so far, I haven't been super impressed. I think he can be good, but I'm not convinced he's for sure going to be great. But again, he is learning under Core JJ, getting to pair up with him. Core JJ has made some, maybe lesser AD carries look good in his career before, but also Core JJ wasn't himself that strong in 2022 either. So game 1, TL loses to EDG Academy. Yes, it's just a scrim, but hey, something to go off of. In game 2, here is a screenshot from the middle of the game. Again, this is Cassante, Vi, Twisted Fate, Caitlyn, and Lux against Akali, Viego, Galio, Varus, and Karma. Here's a screenshot from the middle of game 2. 16 minutes in, TL is on our left, and Summit is 1-4-1. Up 4 CS. We have Piosik, who is 4-1-1. He's actually doing pretty well. And then we have Twisted Fate, 1, 2, and 1 in the mid lane, Caitlyn, 2, 3, and 1 in the bot lane, and Lux, 0, 1, and 5. TL is only down 3 kills, 8 to 11 at 16 minutes, but they are down around 3,000 gold. They also have taken no dragons, no heralds, and no towers. So a very, very, very significant 16-minute lead for this team. And it gets even worse when we do get the final game score screenshot. Okay, this one is blocked out, but we do actually have a screenshot of it down here. Here is the end of the game screenshot where we will see a 1, 9, and 2 Cassante, 4, 3, and 3 Vi, 1, 5, and 3 Twisted Fate, 3, 7, and 2 Caitlyn, who is down 70 CS on the Varus. 22 CS lead in the top lane for the Akali, and actually 50 CS lead in the mid lane for the Twisted Fate. But again, he's 1 and 5, doesn't really seem like he's getting a ton done. And then Core JJ going 1, 5, and 6 on the Lux. So TL really gets pretty disgustingly raffle stomped in that second game, and from what it seems like, they got pretty hard stomped in the first game as well. So again, from what we read in this text, EDG's current youth team is actually a solid roster. They look dominant in LDL Summer, though they finished in second place. So they didn't win the LDL, but they finished second. They won ASCI, and more recently they won the Nest Cup because of this and their completeness and existing synergy. They've been scrimming a bunch of LPL teams who are trying out their roster on the Chinese server. Today they scrimmed what was likely the full TL roster on the Korean server. So that is kind of the context of this. I don't know. Make of it what you will. Again, is it great to be losing to an LDL team in the preseason? No. This is an LDL team that has played together, though, and TL's roster has not played together. But still, if you're an LCS team, let alone supposed to be one of the better LCS teams with Core JJ, Summit, and Piosik, do you really want to be getting stomped by LDL teams, even in preseason scrims? I don't know, but it's also a good sign that TL is getting some good scrims going so early right now, especially against a really, really talented LDL team. But I do feel like at some point our top LCS team should at least be competitive against some of the strong LDL teams. I don't know. Like I said, this isn't necessarily the end of the world. This isn't necessarily the most concerning thing in the world. But it doesn't feel great either. So hopefully TL will learn some things from these scrims, learn some things from the EDG youth team. Hopefully they'll be able to bounce back from this stronger, better than ever. Who knows? But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Just want to get this update out to you. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Peace.